Caitlin Clark. Yes.
First time in MSG for a Knicks game, so it's pretty cool.
I know, it's her first Knicks game, first time feeling the atmosphere. We got to get you to play on this court one day.
We have to talk to Adam about that.
Can we make it mellow? Honestly, if there's
Even if it's a preseason game, we got to get it done. I don't think the Liberty will want to move a game over here, but we'll play anybody.
Madison Square Garden, NBC's biggest stage. And Caitlin Clark just casually announced she's taking over as the best shooter in Indiana history. Not just women's basketball, all of Indiana. That means she's putting herself above Reggie Miller, one of the most lethal shooters the NBA has ever seen. And the wildest part? Nobody on that panel disagreed with her. They just nodded and moved on like she'd stated an obvious fact. This wasn't some random appearance. NBC gave Caitlin Clark the courtside analyst treatment during a live Knicks broadcast, something they've never done for a WNBA player mid-season. She wasn't just a guest. She was integrated into their coverage like she was already part of the team. And based on what she said about coming back March 29th, this might not be a one-time thing.
Man, let's see what she said here.
How could you describe maybe the atmosphere your first time in it?
Well, I think as a player, like, this is kind of when you feel the atmosphere the most, is when you're out on the court warming up. So, I mean, there's just a different type of buzz. And obviously when LeBron comes to town, it's probably really different. But, you know, Knicks fans are crazy, and I love it. I love people that are passionate about basketball. So it's pretty incredible.
All right, here go another clip. I was looking for this, man. I could not find it at all. I was cooking some chicken for the fam, and I was looking around, but I couldn't find it on Hulu.
A player or someone you watched even more specifically because there's things in...
Listen to how she breaks down the Knicks atmosphere. She's not giving generic athlete answers about how loud the crowd is. She's analyzing it from a player's perspective, talking about how you feel the buzz most during warm-ups, acknowledging that LeBron creates a different energy. This is professional-level commentary. She's 23 years old, and she's already more articulate than half the analysts who get paid to do this full-time. And notice what she said about Knicks fans being crazy in a way she loves. That's significant because Caitlin spent her entire rookie season dealing with hostile crowds. She got booed in arenas across the league. Fans threw things at her. The pressure was relentless. But she's drawn to that intensity. She doesn't want polite golf claps. She wants the chaos, the passion, the edge that comes with high-stakes basketball in front of people who genuinely care.
His game, maybe you would want to add to yours in the league?
Man, I think Luka. I mean, Luka's amazing and he's incredible. I think the way he can not only score the ball, but also the way he passes. And I think the thing about him is, like, he's not the fastest, he's not the most athletic, but he can get his defender to move where he wants him to go, and he takes up that space, and he does a really good job of either keeping the defender behind him or keeping him to the side. So I think that's something I can certainly learn from. Like, I always kind of want to run away from the defense rather than absorbing the contact and taking up the space that they give me. So I think, obviously, he's pretty incredible. He averages like a 30.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. She's studying Luka Doncic specifically because of what he can't do. She's not trying to copy his strengths. She's analyzing how he dominates despite not being the fastest or most athletic player on the court. That's elite-level basketball IQ right there. Watch how detailed she gets. She's talking about manipulating defender positioning, using body angles to create space, absorbing contact instead of running away from it. These aren't casual observations. This is film study. She's identified a specific weakness in her own game, and she's studying the player who's mastered the solution. Luka averaged 28 points and 8 assists this season by controlling space and pace. Caitlin averaged 19 and 9 in her second year, but she's already thinking about year 3. And here's what makes the comparison legitimate. Luka shoots from 30 feet without hesitation. Caitlin does the same thing. Luka sees passes 3 seconds before they happen. So does Caitlin. Luka makes defenses look foolish with change of pace. Caitlin's been doing that since Iowa. The physical tools are different, but the mental approach is identical. They both play chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
I mean, to me, she nailed it. It would be Luka for me. The way that you're able to play in that open court, to see the vision that you have, to be able to shoot at the drop of a dime, to be able to pull up across half court. You keep the defensive thinking every single time, not knowing what you're going to do. And again, you have that too, and that pick and roll, keeping them in jail, and then understanding how to operate out of that. You have it. You have it. So I would agree with her and say Luka.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Carmelo Anthony just co-signed the Luka comparison on national television. That's not some podcaster making a hot take for clicks. That's a Hall of Fame scorer who played 19 NBA seasons, agreeing that Caitlin Clark's game mirrors one of the 5 best players in the world right now. Melo knows what elite shot creation looks like. He built a career on it, and he's watching Caitlin and seeing the same manipulation of space, the same court vision, the same ability to keep defenders in jail with positioning. This matters because it shifts the conversation. For 2 years, people have debated whether Caitlin is overhyped, whether her college success would translate, whether she's actually that good or just benefiting from media attention. But when NBA legends start making these comparisons unprompted, it validates what the stats have been showing. She's not just good for the WNBA. She's operating at a level that translates across both leagues in terms of skill and basketball intelligence.
Some old videos from when I was at Iowa, and like I can just tell how much my body's changed, but I think in a good way. Like you have to be stronger. It's a much more physical league. So I think that, and then obviously I only appeared in 13 games last year. So more than anything, I'm just itching to get back out on the court and kind of feel like myself again. And I've been putting in a lot of hard work, and I got USA basketball coming up. So look.
She only played 13 games last year. That ankle injury in the playoffs cut her season short, and she's been working her way back ever since. But listen to how she talks about her body changing. She's not complaining about the physicality. She's embracing it. She knows the WNBA is more physical than college, and she's adapted by getting stronger. And then she drops this detail about USA basketball coming up. Now, she didn't make the Olympic team last summer, which became its own controversy when people argued she deserved a roster spot based on her impact on the sport. But there's another training camp on the horizon. And if that graphic showing her in Paige Bueckers is accurate, we might be looking at the next generation of Team USA. Caitlin at 23, Paige at 23, both entering their primes at the same time. That's the future of USA basketball right there.
Because they don't play until a good minute down the line. I don't know. Y'all put it in the comment section. Let me know, though. Let's see what she said in this clip right here.
Appreciate you just joining us on Basketball Night in America.
It was fun. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you
now I get to enjoy this.
Yeah.
I mean, what's better, MSG Sunday night?
You can put your slippers
LeBron
back on
James,
if you
let's
want.
go.
Let's go.
Wait, too.
And guess what? Hey,
I get
Caitlin's gonna come back.
Mello.
She's not gonna put the mic down forever. March 29th, she's back with us in OKC, but now she gets to go and enjoy the Knicks games, and we're happy for her. She appreciate you just joining us.
March 29th. She's coming back to NBC. This isn't a one-off publicity stunt. They're building a relationship here. And Rebecca Harlow, who's been doing this for years, is treating Caitlin like a peer, not like a novelty guest. That's the integration that matters. When established broadcasters interact with you as an equal, it signals that you belong in that space. And Melo joking about playing horse against her, then immediately backtracking when he realizes she'd actually destroy him, that's respect. He's not patronizing her. He's genuinely acknowledging that she'd beat him in a shooting competition. A Hall of Fame NBA scorer is admitting on live television that a WNBA player would take him down in horse. 5 years ago, that conversation doesn't happen. The fact that it's happening now, casually, with everyone laughing but nobody disagreeing, shows how much the perception has shifted.
Indiana. See, I'm the third best shooter in the state of Indiana now.
Okay.
It goes Caitlin,
Yeah.
Tyrese, and now myself.
We'll have to get Tyrese's opinion on that. I'm not sure
Knicks
Tyrese
fans,
would agree.
Right here, she's taking over for me right now. So thank you. There's a new.
Hey, Reggie was a hitter, dog.
Reggie Miller is one of the greatest shooters in basketball history. 5-time All-Star, Hall of Famer. The man who scored 8 points in 9 seconds. His entire legacy is built on shooting. And Tracy McGrady just said Caitlin Clark is the new best shooter in Indiana. Reggie's sitting right there, and his response? He agrees. He doesn't defend his title. He doesn't make it a competition. He just accepts it and moves on. That tells you everything about where Caitlin stands right now. When legends are willingly passing the torch, it means they recognize something generational. Reggie knows what elite shooting looks like. He did it for 18 years in the NBA, and he's watching Caitlin and seeing someone who's operating at that level. The range, the quick release, the ability to shoot off the dribble or catch and shoot, the confidence to take impossible shots in crucial moments, all the traits that made Reggie special. Caitlin has them too.
All right, house rules are set. Who gets the first shot? You go first.
Left hand free throw.
That's crazy. Wow.
This could go anywhere.
She said, that's great. Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Feels on the
it
line.
really wasn't that bad.
There we go.
Knockdown.
Nope. In it. No, here's that.
He's in trouble.
Underneath the leg layup.
Underneath the leg.
Okay.
That's too easy for him.
This is some
Oh, no.
That's the one.
short.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you believe in magic or what? I know you create some all the time.
This is for game.
This is for game.
There's literally 0% chance he makes this again.
Oh, my
That's our welcome
goodness.
to the NBC moment.
Cooking.
There we go.
Feeling it.
She knew it right away. Oh,
This could be a
And-
quick NBC.
wow.
Dang, not a quick one. She
The
love
warm-up
talking
was
that
mine,
trash.
All right.
I was doing that last game.
Hey, it's not easy, man. That girl is automatic. But swish.
In.
Guess what? In a game, that would still count for a point.
It
so I don't
would.
care.
It absolutely would. You get this out the net?
Fucking junk.
And then she went out and proved it. NBC set up a horse game against Jamal Crawford, a 3-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year who's known for his handles and shooting ability. This wasn't staged. These were real shots with real consequences, and Caitlin didn't just compete. She dominated. Watch the sequence. Left-handed floater from the corner. She hits it casually. Behind the back shot, money. One-legged fadeaway, swish. Jamal's laughing because he can't believe what he's watching. He's hitting tough shots and she's matching him step for step, then raising the difficulty level even higher. That shot from the wall, the double dribble move, the creativity she's showing isn't just about shooting, it's about feel for the game. And here's what makes it even more impressive. Jamal Crawford played 20 seasons in the NBA. He's 44 years old now, but his skill set was always about finesse and shot making. He wasn't a high flyer, he was a pure scorer who could get buckets from anywhere. That's the exact type of game that ages well. And Caitlin just beat him. She didn't get lucky. She outplayed him with skill and confidence. The crowd is going crazy. NBC is eating this up. And Caitlin's just smiling like this is a normal Tuesday for her. Because in her mind, it probably is. She's been doing this since high school. The stage gets bigger, the competition gets tougher, and she just keeps delivering. This is what integration looks like. Not the WNBA begging for attention. Not forced cross-promotion that feels awkward. This is a WNBA star showing up on the NBA's biggest network, on their biggest stage during a live broadcast, and earning respect in real time by demonstrating undeniable skill. NBC didn't bring Caitlin on as a diversity hire or a publicity stunt. They brought her on because she's compelling television. She's articulate, she's insightful, she's charismatic, and she can back up everything she says by actually playing at an elite level. That's the formula for crossover success. You can't manufacture that. You either have it or you don't. And the fact that she's coming back March 29th means NBC sees the value in this relationship. They're investing in her as a personality, not just as a one-time guest. That's huge for the WNBA because it creates a pipeline for their stars to reach audiences that might not watch women's basketball regularly. If you're a Knicks fan who tuned in for that game, you just spent 10 minutes watching Caitlin Clark be funny, insightful, and incredibly skilled. That's how you build new fans. The horse game was genius programming. It wasn't a charity exhibition where everyone pretends the competition is close. It was a legitimate contest with two elite shooters going shot for shot, and the WNBA player won. That's the kind of content that changes perceptions. You can argue about league quality all day, but when someone beats an NBA veteran in a shooting competition on live television, the argument is over. The proof is right there. Think about what this means for the next generation of WNBA players. Paige Bickers is about to enter the league. Juju Watkins is 2 years behind her. These are players who grew up watching Caitlin Clark break records and shatter expectations. They've seen her go from college superstar to WNBA Rookie of the Year to NBC analyst in the span of 3 years. That's a roadmap. That's proof that the ceiling is higher than anyone thought. And the timing is perfect, because the WNBA is in the middle of a massive growth period. Attendance is up, ratings are up, expansion teams are coming. The league just signed a new media rights deal that's going to bring in significantly more revenue. All the infrastructure is being built right now to support this next wave of stars. Caitlin is leading that wave, but she's not alone. Angel Reese is right there with her. Aja Wilson is putting up MVP numbers. Brianna Stewart is still dominant. The talent level across the league is higher than it's ever been. But here's the challenge. Growth brings scrutiny. The more attention the WNBA gets, the more people are going to criticize it. Compare it unfavorably to the NBA, question whether it deserves the investment it's receiving. That's already happening. You see it in comment sections, on social media, in debates about whether the league is profitable. And the answer to those criticisms isn't to get defensive. It's to keep doing exactly what Caitlin did on NBC. Show up, perform at an elite level, and let the results speak for themselves. The Luka Doncic comparison is particularly smart because it reframes the conversation. Instead of asking whether women's basketball is as good as men's basketball, which is a pointless debate, you're asking whether elite skills translate across contexts. And the answer is yes. Luka's ability to control pace and manipulate defenders works because of his basketball IQ, not just his physical tools. Caitlin has that same IQ. She processes the game at the same speed. That's why the comparison resonates. And when Carmelo Anthony validates it, that carries weight. Melo isn't known for giving out fake compliments. He's been brutally honest throughout his career about who's good and who's not. If he's saying Caitlin's game mirrors Luka's, he means it. That's a Hall of Famer telling you to pay attention because something special is happening. The USA basketball situation is going to be fascinating to watch. Caitlin didn't make the Olympic team last summer, and there was legitimate debate about whether she should have. The argument against her was that she was too young, too inexperienced, and the team needed veterans who understood international play. The argument for her was that she was the most popular player in women's basketball, and her presence would have brought massive attention to the Olympics. Both sides had valid points, but now we're a year later. She's got a full WNBA season under her belt. She's proven she can handle the physicality and the pressure. She's gotten stronger, smarter, more refined. If there's another training camp coming up, she's going to be ready. And if she makes the team alongside Paige Bueckers, you're looking at a backcourt that could dominate international competition for the next decade. The March 29th return to NBC is going to be interesting because it sets a precedent. If this becomes a regular thing, if Caitlin starts doing periodic analyst appearances throughout the year, it changes the relationship between the WNBA and mainstream sports media. Right now, WNBA coverage is mostly confined to WNBA-specific shows and platforms. But if NBC is integrating their stars into NBA broadcasts, that's a whole different level of exposure. And it's not just about Caitlin. If this works, other networks are going to want their own WNBA crossover stars. ESPN might bring in Aja Wilson for NBA coverage. TNT might feature Brianna Stewart. The more this happens, the more normalized it becomes, and the more the barriers between the leagues start to break down. The horse game showed something important. Caitlin wasn't nervous, she wasn't intimidated by the moment or the competition. She was having fun. That confidence is what makes her special. She genuinely believes she belongs in any basketball conversation, and she backs it up by performing when it matters. That's the mindset of a superstar. That's what separates good players from great ones. So where does this go from here? Caitlin's got USA basketball on the horizon. She's got year 3 of her WNBA career coming up, where she'll be expected to take another leap forward. She's got this growing relationship with NBC that could turn into a media career after basketball. And she's got an entire generation of young players watching her and thinking, I can do that too. The question isn't whether Caitlin Clark is going to be successful. She already is. The question is how high the ceiling goes. Because right now, 3 years into her professional career, she's already doing things that no WNBA player has done before. She's crossing over into mainstream sports media as a personality, not just as an athlete. She's earning respect from NBA legends who see her as a peer. She's bringing new fans to the league just by being herself. That's the blueprint for the next era of women's basketball. Not asking for respect, earning it. Not demanding attention, commanding it. Not hoping for opportunities, creating them. Caitlin Clark walked into Madison Square Garden, took over NBC's broadcast, destroyed Jamal Crawford at horse, and announced she's the best shooter Indiana's ever produced. And nobody argued with her. That's how you build a legacy.